did you do, gang?
Whoa. That's wild.
I was going to say a mother. His ex might be a little bit
What
older
is
than
going
him.
on? I want this one, please. Hi, Miss TT. How are you? I hope you're doing really good. What am I trying to do? Taurus. Taurus. My brain works. I hope you're doing good. What are we? February? There we go. Sorry, I'm slow. I've been trying to get organized. I have so much stuff going on. My workshops I'm building, not just like my YouTube videos, but workshops and all kinds of other stuff. It has been insane. I'm trying to get just a little bit ahead, so I'm not rushing. And I got a new computer coming, so I'm super excited about that. I can get organized. My little Chromebook just ain't cutting it. All right. Now that I have almost my butt in gear. Did you have a good weekend? We're only Tuesday, right? Yes, we're only Tuesday. See, I'm like at the point where I feel like I'm missing days, but I know I'm not. I'm just lagging a little bit. But to be fair, it's because I'm always trying to do 25 things at once. I am getting there though. This is the last one too, where I'm gonna do TikTok on for these live. Well, that's not true. The Henny, welcome. Pardon me. Friday will be my last accountability one, and then we go into how are you? Oh, it's good evening. It's good morning here, but yes, good evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Then I'll be going into the alchemy emotion start for next week. So, but then I think I'm just going to do it straight on YouTube and maybe clip them to TikTok because it's a little easier, and I have to get used to doing it where I'm not going to have hell when Grace is home, right? Because like on YouTube, if she pops up in the camera, people aren't going to freak out. They're more like, oh, she's cute or whatever. They're happy. They're not giving me trouble, calling me a evil, horrible parent, that kind of thing, right? So I'd rather go where it's going to be peaceful and where I'm not going to be shamed if like I don't go prancing my kid in the camera, but at the same time, I like to keep it peaceful, right? How are you doing? I'm good. How are you? I'm getting organized slowly but surely. In many, many ways, not just here, just figuring out how I want to build this out. And I'm working on my other stuff in the background. So I'm always busy. Welcome, Elizabeth. Uh, I have been driving myself crazy, but in a good way, because I have so many ideas and getting them down and organized. I just got all of my content schedule. Like my posts and my stuff that you see all the time. I just got it done all the way until the first week of March. So I'm super excited. Now I have some space where I can maybe do some of my painting again. I'm always making tea. It happens in the background. It's just like breathing. So I'm constantly cutting up and dehydrating fruits and stuff. So I stay very, very busy. But I can just spend more time focused on getting targeted advertising to get people to my website, boost sales. Also, I'm really excited because I sent out a couple of gift baskets. It'll probably take, well, some are really far away, so it's going to take a couple of weeks to get there. But I'm really excited for that. I'm excited for them to get it, and because that's the stuff that brings me joy. If I could just make videos and give my teas and the stuff that I make away, I would completely be happy doing that. But unfortunately, I got to pay the bills sometimes. So, all right. Taurus, for some gratitude, what way can we start this out? Give me just one for my Tauruses. Something that, threw it right out, not messing around. Compassion for others begins with the kindness to ourselves. Amen. Carry this affirmation with you today. I am here right now, and that is enough. You showed up. You made it. You made it through another day and you're here. And it's all it takes. And just the fact that you're breathing and you're alive means you're worthy and you're worthy of love. You're always inherently worthy. And when we start telling ourselves that a little bit more, we start to believe it a little bit more. And in turn, we behave completely differently. We stand taller, we walk taller, we're happier, we're more kind, we're compassionate. Welcome, Daisy Ann and Bless Diggy. I am. Welcome, Mahan. Welcome. All right. This is for Tauruses today. We're just checking out the energy, ways they can focus just a little bit better. Welcome, school. Way we can be a little more grateful, a little more self-care, just a little more loving to ourselves and those around us. And I think that's a really good space to be. And of course, these ones are my favorite, the self-care. Can I have a self-care for my Tauruses for the month of February? Something to show up a little more loving, a little more kind to themselves. Smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest intention. It's so true. Share, welcome. And Pistol Pete, welcome. And Rusty, welcome. Okay, recall a recent kindness that someone did for you. What is one way you can pay this kindness forward to someone else? And that's the idea. When we start understanding things, it's not about when we give without expecting anything. You give with no expectations. Here, this is my love. This is what I have for you. This is what I have to offer without putting myself down. I love kitties. Welcome. I love that. Marion, welcome. And Ambo, welcome. So when we understand that, but we start to be grateful for all the kindnesses we've received from others, we don't focus on it so much as an obligation. It just becomes curious, like that really made me feel better. That really did some really great things in my life. So Pan, I'm not sure what your name is, but welcome, Shaw and Sunshine and Bradley Moore, welcome. So understanding that when we receive those kindnesses, we want to share that back out, because when we share that back out, we keep that energy flowing. We keep that cycle moving. And if we're putting out good energy, it's always going to come back to us. It's just the way the universe works, right? Doo-doo, Tina, Nellie, Tina, welcome. Oh, here we go. The calls always come when I go live. That's the stalker people. It does happen. It is what it is. We just ignore them. Oh, I almost lost all my cards. We just ignore them, but we also, if you saw the block list on my phone, it would actually make your eye twitch. I don't care anymore. I just laugh it off. But when we learn to understand the things that we're going through, and we don't focus on the things that are meant to try to irritate or agitate you, you focus on all the kindnesses. You focus on the people that show up for you, the people that listen. Welcome, Murtaza B. Pirate. Agnes, welcome. Many different names on TikTok. Some of them are interesting. All right. So when we focus on those kindnesses, and you focus on them with gratitude, it's easier to share. And that's what I think it is like Taurus is learning how to understand the difference. I don't have to owe somebody else. It's not, and you don't have to expect something for anybody else. You're learning to just give freely. And that is really a great space to be at. And it's not about money. Okay. Every time some people hear the word give, they just assume it's things, material things. It's time, energy, kindness, grace. Is so much more than just giving someone a couple dollars, right? And when you give without expectation, you allow space for receiving, right? You're not blocking it with expectation. Welcome, Jessica and Yasmin, GD, Julian, welcome. So what do we have? Give me just one on what my Tauruses can focus on. We're learning to give without strings, I guess, is the best way to, and understanding reciprocity. Yeah, heart. You're opening your heart chakra. Oh, You're starting to understand the difference. You're not putting the pressure on yourself. Welcome, Bree and Izzy. Uh, I love this deck so much. This is a really good one. It's the heart chakra. Also, angel number 5. You know, you have clarity, you have transformation, you have all kinds of great things. And it really truly starts to settle in when we understand our heart chakra and what kind of space it creates for us. This is how we're able to receive and all those things. And you would be surprised. Look right underneath it. The second one that flipped was healing. You're healing your heart chakra. And that's pretty amazing because it's a hard thing to do. And you're understanding that in the healing, um, you're not judging anything. You're understanding, I give, I don't have to hold on to it. I don't have to worry about when I'm going to receive because I already know it's coming. You're not holding that space. You're not blocking it anymore. You're releasing it. I give freely. I don't hold on to anything. And I make space for what's coming to me. And that's a really good space. Welcome, Albo, Sophie, Caution, and Emma. All right. So, love for oneself and others, relationships, compassion, forgiveness, empathy, connection, receptivity, acceptance, and generosity. The chakra card represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to feel love and be loved. Love heals. God is love. This is the force that will change the world. Count everything in your life that you are grateful for. Think of all those you love and how that wonderful feeling radiates from your heart. Consider those you can forgive and extend that feeling out to them. Remember, we all just want to be loved and accepted, but insecurities and triggers can cause behaviors that move us away from this place. Have compassion. Know that others may be in their suffering. Expand your awareness and heart centered radiance for all beings on the planet. Encapsulate Earth in loving compassion. Bask in the blissful feeling of the planet in all of its perfect balance, loving you back. You're opening your heart. You're learning, you're understanding that to truly heal, also angel number 30, which is alignment and all that. Teresa, Keith, Grit, Monique, and Kate, welcome. You're understanding that to heal, you have to open your heart chakra. And it's really sometimes hard and it feels uncomfortable and it's scary. But once you open it, and what happens when you open it is you learn to release the negativity. You hold on to the lessons and all the good things. I'm glad you're here. You're in the bushes. Are you working today? Uh, when you learn how to heal yourself, you create that space and you start trusting, right? The only way to release the fear of opening your heart and is to just do it. You just have to say, I can't hold on to this anymore. And what happens when you open your heart, you also release all the negativity. You release the hatred, the resentment, the anger. And even if you say, I don't have any of that, you'll see that it pops up very quickly. And when it does pop up, it's not meant for you to hide from it. It's meant for you to understand it, get curious, and you're starting to see that. You're trusting that if I open my heart chakra, it's going to allow me to release all this negativity. And actually create place of peace. Holy hell, that was hard to get out. Sorry. Terrence, Allison, Joe, welcome. All right, so we have the Lemurians are well versed in the practice of the healing arts. They were naturally intuitive and accustomed to navigating energetic based realities. We all have natural healing abilities that are advanced when we deepen our energetic awareness. When we perceive the world beyond our more well known senses, we start to receive information and wisdom that is different from that which stems from intellect. By tapping into life force consciousness and using this abounding energy alongside focused intention, we find that anything is possible. You may already practice a form of natural healing, but find you sometimes feel quite drained. If this is the case, ensure the energy you're overflowing comes from an infinite stream of abundant universal energy rather than using your own resources. You may want to imagine the brightest, most love imbued luminescent light flowing down from the heavens or from the center of the universe. And alongside any healing intentions, include the statement, for the greatest good. Many healing modalities work with high vibrational energies. It can be wonderful to explore these in conjunction with your current practices. If you haven't done healing work before but feel called to do so now, follow this instinct. Being able to offer healing to loved ones or yourself is a gift. Exploring the art of energetic healing will significantly increase your psychic sensitivity. Energetic healing is based on the meridian systems of the body. These systems, the chakras, are often depicted as colored wheels of light. Each chakra connects to organs of the body, emotions, and related characteristics. Emanating from these powerful vortices is the energy field known as the aura. It is possible to train yourself to see electromagnetic field around the body. It can be photographed. The appearance of the aura is influenced by the chakras. Muddier or darker colors in the aura might imply some spring cleaning is in order. Uh, color is how we perceive light frequencies. Every color has a different vibration. Crystals are formed through vibration, and each carries its own frequency. Crystals are often used in spiritual healing because they hold the frequencies to bring the chakra points into balance. Sound healing is another example of this. Immersion in a sound bath experience aligns the brain waves with frequencies conducive to self healing as well as body energy wholeness. We feel, hear, and receive the sounds and are organically aligned to the same frequency they resonate at. Many tools can help us restore our centered state of balance and our access to life force power. When we engage them, the benefits will flow onto others. Healing is a path to true empowerment and energetic sovereignty. As we collectively raise our vibrations and wake each other up, we will see massive shifts forward and old hierarchical foundations fall away. Extend the margins of your awareness. Revisit the situation in question from a broader perspective or a higher vibration with a focus on healing. This will help you decipher what is real, possible ways forward, and whether an issue is really a problem at all. This card can also signify the universal push that inspires you to explore your healing abilities, however that looks to you. So, what it means is, well, Calvin, I don't answer those questions. I'm not here to tell you your future, honey. If you're going to reconcile, that's going to be up to you and with communication, because you can reconcile one time or a million times. If you don't show up for yourself and you don't have that communication, if you don't have communication, you'll never have trust. And without trust, there's no bond. You might as well be a stranger. So, Black Coco, welcome. When you understand that, you start to treat yourself a little bit better. And the idea is to have that communication. And every time these come up in these, especially like with the signs, these questions, when they come up, there's a reason, right? People want to skip the process. They always want to, no, I don't want to say always. Many people want to skip the process because healing is ugly. It's yucky. It sucks sometimes. Hi, TK. How are you? Welcome. Appreciate it so much. Sorry, I'm slow today. I'm kind of like, I got a lot of work behind the scenes done, and then it's like I'm coming in to do this, but I don't think it's my energy. I think I'm kind of feeling the Taurian comfort energy where you start to slow down a little bit, and that's, they're into like their thing is creating the home and the solid foundations is a big thing for Taurus, right? So when we understand that, I can understand kind of how the energy feels. Uh, your comfort zone, that place of peace, which makes so much sense. You're trying to create that, but in order to do that, the peace you're starting to see that the peace isn't in my home. It's not my four walls. Yes, it's a part of it, but the peace is here, right? Which is why you're opening your heart chakra and you're starting to trust the safety of yourself, not so much the four walls, the safety of your ability, your resilience, your commitment to yourself and showing up, uh, your ability to open your heart chakra and give without expecting to receive, knowing that you're going to receive, because that's just the universal law, right? And when you start to release like that and just go with the flow and say, hey, I'm going to go with what brings me joy and I'm going to share it with the world, however that may look. It doesn't have to be on YouTube sharing the world. If it is, amazing, because we can always use more and more people that want to share love and light into this world. There's enough drama and chaos and all the other crap in the world. There's a lot like the humor, the fun, anything you know keeps us so focused on that and not comparing with the Joneses. Uh, I urge you to get out there and do it, but it doesn't matter how it is. It could be writing music, it could be sharing poetry, it could be painting, whatever it is. You're learning that it's okay to step out of the comfort zone and share it. And it's actually a good space because you trust that your home is here, right? And if your mind and your heart aren't connected, you are always going to be out of whack and disaligned, right? And you don't want that anymore. Welcome, Sandy and Rella. So the creativity oracle, that was really quick. Push. Don't feel inadequate. Forget how to quit. Push on no matter how things look. And then sacred space. The way they dropped out, they didn't even let me shuffle, which says, and they dropped out in the middle as I was trying to shuffle. Uh, Angel number 50 and angel number 2. So we got the clarity and the transformation, but you're finding the balance in the transformation. When you open your heart, you release the negativity, you release all the resentment, the anger, the fear, all of those things. You're learning how to let it go. And then you're pushing towards the things that you want, the things that you find joy in, what makes you happy. And it's the best place you could ever be. Limery, welcome. Evelyn, welcome. And you're learning how to create a sacred space for yourself. And I don't think you understand. Like, right, I have my desk and then I have my area where I do my fruits and stuff for my teas. But those are my spaces. And uh, even though it can get chaotic, because when the joy of being creative is also when we start doing things, we have 25 ideas and we're trying to get them all done at the same time. And we can create quite a mess and it can get chaotic, but we're learning to create that space. And you're starting to make that space for yourself. You're starting to say, no, I can carve out this time. I can create this space for myself. And it allows me this place of peace where I feel comfortable and safe to open up my heart. And when I open up my heart, the joy and the peace fill it up instead of the anger, fear, or resentment. You're learning how to let that go and what to hold on to. And that is a really good space to be. Kimberly, welcome. Let me do this one first. I never know what deck I'm going to do. I just know that I have a whole bunch. I have a couple that I want to order. But I like to stick with the oracles because I believe that the message, when we're trying to, we can't always find the right words. Sometimes we have all the right words, and sometimes it's just a mess trying to get it out. And it's not because you don't know what they are, it's learning how to articulate a feeling. And when we get to that space, or sometimes you miss something because you're so busy trying to focus on getting the message out, you miss the point. So in these oracle cards, they really help you focus on your heart. They allow you a space to focus on action steps. Okay, we're not trying to solve the world. We're trying to solve ourselves and trust ourselves so we know how we step out. And you're starting to understand the difference. And it's, everyone says, just do this, just do that, but it doesn't work that way. Nothing is a one size fits all. And when we get to that space, thank you. I appreciate you, Miss TT. I appreciate you more than you know. When we create that space for ourselves, we start to trust ourselves. We trust how we walk. We trust how we talk. That went flying. We trust how we do things. Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. You're learning how to retrieve the parts of your soul that you've left out there. It's a hard thing to explain, but when you, all those times of anger, the fights, the struggles, all of the things that you've had to go through, and we just hold it. We just pack it away because we don't want to deal with it, right? And then what happens is you actually start feeling the pain in your body. You start feeling all these things. You feel heavy and wore down, and you don't know how to get there. You did that. You've been through that process. Now you're starting to understand you are protected. You are protected. And as long as you check in and as long as you're doing the work to show up, no matter what happens, you're protected. You're never going to fail. Even if you stumble and fall, God's never going to let you fall all the way to the ground and crash and burn. God might let you scrape your knee once or twice if there's something you need to learn, but it's only meant to strengthen you. And it's only because they know that that's exactly what you need to boost you to your next level. And you're starting to trust that. And that's when we take those lessons, sometimes it can turn into victim mode for us, right? Not on purpose. It's not something we're like, oh, I want to be a victim today. It's uh, how do I get over this? How do I understand that? And then when we get caught, if you give me 1 sec, I will check it out for you, man. When we start to understand that, we can check in with ourselves and say, yeah, maybe that's not. I don't want to sit there in it. I don't want to wallow in it. I just want to understand it. And it starts to take a different perspective. And you're learning that to understand it, you have to open your heart and you have to give first and foremost yourself compassion. And then in turn, uh, it's a lot easier to give out to others, right? Randomizer King and Jody Ann, welcome. All right, let me see. I will answer that question because I'm seeing a lot of learning stuff coming out too, people asking that. And when it comes to those kind of things, have you applied? Will I go back to have you applied? Have you asked? Because you got to remember, no matter what the answer I give you, oh, my ears ringing too. It's gonna. I don't control what you do, and anytime you make a different choice, it can completely change the whole trajectory of your life. So I can give you the energy based on it now. Stop because I moved to another country. So are you moving back to another country, or are you going to apply while you're there and try to go further at where you're at? Because it just depends on what you want to do. Who is that? Mams? Is Mams going to go back to school next year? It says yes. Out at Travel News at 8 of Wands. So if you're putting in the work, like that is a message. By the way, that's with the quickness. That's the 8 of Wands. So I will continue where I am. Yeah. So it looks like it's coming quickly. So don't burden yourself. Don't over worry. But that's the incoming message. So you could be actually waiting on an application. It looks like I could be wrong, but the way it came out like that, uh, and then the sun right on the bottom of the deck. Just stay focused on what you want to do. Show up for you. Make sure self-love, self-care is your priority. Learn as you go, but make sure you show up for you no matter what. School can be tricky. It's even more trickier when you have to travel and go through all of the other classifications and qualifications and feel like you're lagging behind when you're probably already ahead. It's a crappy place to be. So, like, it's good because you're learning, but it can be very frustrating. So, take that time for you for sure. And new 288, I like that name. Welcome. All right, so can I have one more? And that's where my Taurus is, and maybe that's right what it is, because someone you're asking about going back to school, and maybe I think that that's what it is, in a more metaphorical way, right? You're learning how to learn, um, because it feels really aligned, and to me, you're learning how to understand what you need to hold on to, what you need to let go of. And you're learning to learn more, you have to let go of the crap that's hindering you, the negativity. You're learning what's yours, what's not yours. Like your emotions, what's being projected onto you, and what you're actually feeling. And you're learning how to process and understand. And that comes with opening your heart. And that is a big part of healing. And it's a constant thing. You just get better at it. It's just like practice, just like anything else. But you're starting to understand how to do it. You're starting to understand the process. You're starting to see, if I release this, I make more room for this. And this becomes so much easier. And this is so much more peaceful. And this is so much happier. So why would I hold on to this if I can release it, I get all this. Right. And you're starting to understand that if I stay in here, I create more space for myself. I create a place of peace for myself. Broke up with my ex a month ago. How's he doing? I don't know. If you want to know, ask them. Don't ask me. I don't peek into other people's energies. If you ask me about your life, something going on that's not to do with someone else's energy, um, I won't ask for you. But if you have to peek in someone else's energy without having communication, it's probably not going well. And I mean that with the most love. 12:12 on the clock. You have to align with yourself. And if you wouldn't want him peeking in your curtains, you shouldn't do it to him or her, whoever it is. Uh, that's just my own personal thing. I believe in universal law. And when we start being nosy into other people's business, uh, we project energy on them. We project what we're thinking. We project what we want, which then it takes toll of their future, right? You push that energy, they feel it. They feel the energy. When you ever just walk down the street and you're fine, and then all of a sudden you start to feel this anxiety, and you're like, "Whoa, where'd that come from?" No, it's not. I'm not. I can't answer that. I don't know. You have to have those conversations. Should I still hold on to them or let go? Is the same thing. That what do you want to do? Because if you don't know what you want, then you're never going to get there. Focus on the things you need, your boundaries, your must haves, all those things. Then ask that question: does he do this? Does he do this? Is he willing or capable? Then you can have those conversations with yourself. But don't worry about holding on or letting go of anybody until you got you right. Because that's where all these relationships and all the chaos, and trust me, there's no judgment. I've had some shitty relationships. And I wasn't an angel, right? Toxic is toxic. I don't care who you are. When you get to that space, there's no judgment, but understanding that if you don't know you, what's that saying? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And when you understand what matters the most to you, you don't worry about that anymore, because these are your must-haves. And if this does not align, nothing else will. So apparently that's important. So yeah, exactly. But toxic, no matter what. Okay, and there's a very simple thing to explain here. Toxic takes two. Okay, and it doesn't mean that you were the asshole always in the situation, but what it means is you allowed it. You didn't stand up for yourself. You didn't put that boundary down and say, no, that's not okay. Uh, you didn't have proper communication. It takes two. That does not mean that everything's your fault, but what it means is you have to get to know you to your core, because when you know you at your core, you know what you'll take, what you won't take, and then at the end of the day you can say, that don't align, don't feel good. You're going to trust yourself. I promise you. Focus on you for a little bit. Don't worry about a relationship. I'd rather die alone and happy than in another relationships where I'm being mistreated or have to shut my mouth or have to worry about what I'm saying, walking on eggshells. And I think most people feel the same way. So trust you first. Focus on you. The rest will just come. Welcome, Victor and Sherry-Ann and Felix. All right, cracked open. This is, the heart chakra, all that with cracked open. I'm going to angel number 52. Balance and clarity, clarity and balance, transformation and balance. It's really important. This is, and all these questions, not today. I don't wear my hair down very much. It gets in my face and drives me crazy. Really does. And then I'm agitated and I'm not friendly. All right. Don't let the weight of the density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body. At the center front of your life. Lord, I couldn't get that out. It's through the extreme pressure of life's trails that diamonds are cultivated. Uh, Trials. My God, I can't read. Let's try that one more time. At the center front of your life, it's through the extreme pressure of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated. I don't know why that was so hard, but sometimes we gotta try again. uh, it's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pains, and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibility that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, and your hurt happened for you, not to you. Bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. How can life crack you open? And literally, that's what's happening. You're learning to open your heart chakra. And yes, sometimes it comes through pain, tragedy, grief, all of those things. But you're learning not to hold on to that. And you're learning that it could have never happened or you never could have overcome it without doing that. So you're letting go of that stuff. You're not holding on to it. And you're understanding it was meant to teach you something. And it was meant to show you how real compassion can change your life, right? Give me a moonology. For my Tauruses, what time is it? Oh, we're good. We're good. I always have to check the time because I don't want to be late getting my kiddo. Highlights. It always tells me something's posting, and I'm like, what? Can I have one moonology for my Tauruses for the month? A win-win outcome is forecast. You're starting to trust. I mean, that's what it is. Stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't look so painful or doesn't look so hard anymore, right? Welcome, Lulu. And when you start to understand that we all feel pain and think, oh my God, I'm never going to make it over. But then you're still breathing and you understand, wait a minute, I'm here. I haven't died. Doesn't feel great, but I'm still here and I'm still showing up. And that's because the resilience that every single human being has is just absolutely mind-blowing. And when we think about it, all the things that we have to overcome or think we have to overcome, we create a space where we feel anxious and dysregulated and worry. And oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. But if you literally look at everything that you've already done, you've already overcome it. Like time and time again, you've overcome it. So now, because you've walked through that fire so many times, you're starting to understand, but wait a minute, why am I so scared? Why am I so upset? I shouldn't be, because I'm here and I already overcame it. Welcome, Kafia and Abby and Ashley. Welcome. So it's just, you're starting to trust yourself again. It's one of those spaces where you held on to that anxiety and that fear and the shoulda, woulda, couldas and what everyone was going to say for so long. It stopped you from stepping out. And now maybe you're not stepping out just yet, but you're learning, wait, if I just open my heart and finally understand, I don't have to hold on to that anymore. When as soon as I open it, that crack, that the way that you cracked open created that space, and out of those cracks goes all the negativity and resentment and fear, and it just pushes out because it's been in there just ready to burst out, and now it's cracked open. But what you're seeing is it's starting to fill with love and excitement and compassion, and that heart opening that filled with love and space of, I can do this. I have done this. 12:21 on the clock. You're replacing the negative with the positive, but it's inside. You're not seeking outwardly for it. You're not saying, I need to do this, or I need to watch this, or I need to do this. You're starting to check in with yourself first. And when it comes to opening our heart like that, there's a space where you get where you would normally be confused and you'd have to look to everywhere else to get all these ideas. But now you're starting to realize, wait a minute, my home, my space, and no, not your four corner home here, your home, your heart, your soul. That space for you is where you check in first. And when you get to that kind of security and safety in yourself, you begin to know, if I feel okay and I'm checking in and I'm doing it right, and when I step forward, I'm going to step forward with integrity, with pride, with an open heart, with excitement, because I'm starting to trust myself again. And that's a really good space to be. What I feel like I'm missing one. That's just my own brain. Jessica Lynn, welcome. Roop and Icon, welcome. Oh, you're finding the balance. Enjoy life with music, love, and romance. Sun and Libra, you're finding harmony. And that's exactly what it is. I love these are new and I just got them because I liked how they kind of talk about what sequence kind of we're in life, right? And this is you're finding that balance, that harmony. You're understanding to find that balance. You can't hold on to all the other things, and you're gonna stride out into new territory. You're that comfort, the whole Taurus, like everything has to be comfort. You're understanding that it's not the four walls. It's here. And in there that sets you up for your adventure. You haven't stepped out yet, but you're starting to understand that when you do, you know how to find your peace. You know how to come back to that goodness that fills your cup, right? And in learning how to trust that any adventure is going to be amazing because I know how to show up for myself. I know how to process the things, the grief, the trauma, the anger, the frustration. I know how to give myself that compassion. I know how to take that time to sit with it and process it. And I know how to find that harmony and that balance. Uh, you've worked hard to get here, and that is something nobody can take from you. And that is a kind of confidence, even if it's a quiet confidence and a silent pride, it's something that you know, right? There comes a point where we think about things, but then there's a deep knowing. Um, and there's nobody that can tell you any different. It doesn't mean that you're not going to learn. You're not going to always be learning and growing. What it means is you trust you first. And if somebody says aligns or it feels like, oh, that's interesting, I should check that out, you take the action to do it, right? There's a whole different process when you know yourself, you can immediately feel, oh yeah, that looks good, I think I should look into that, or man, I would really like to learn that. And you start trusting that. You don't fall back. You don't question yourself anymore. You know how to process it. You know how to check in, and you're not checking with friends and family and everyone else. You're checking in here with your spirit team. You're checking in with God. You're checking in with your higher self, your inner child, because yes, that needs to balance. Dean, Ivy, Teresa, Cinta, do you like candy canes? I think, sure, why not? At Christmas, I love Bad Bunny. Oh, welcome. I'm glad you're happy about that. That's good. Whatever brings you joy and makes you happy. I love myself. I'd rather love myself than anybody else. All right. Can I please have an angel number for my Tauruses for this month that says when they start seeing it, they start thinking, there's my hug from my angels. I'm doing it right. This is how to get present. This is the ideas we want to make sure that these are the things that they can think about when this number pops up. 333, support. You're starting to trust in your own support and your support of your spirit team, right? You can't hear your spirit team. You can't talk to God. You can't hear your angels. You can't hear your ancestors, any of them, until you know your own voice. And you're starting to trust that. And you're starting to understand that you've always been supported. Always. Speak your truth. Always speak your truth. Don't do it from anger or resentment. You do it from just honesty and integrity. Speak it. Trust yourself no matter what you do. Gypsy, welcome. So, and then support. Whatever you want to do, you're going to be supported. Expansion, inspiration, confidence, connection, purpose, and mastery. You're mastering your own life, your own self, your own mindset, your own heart, soul, thoughts. You're mastering it. And you're starting to trust in that mastery, which is a really big part of it. You do these things all the time and you don't really think about it. And because we don't celebrate the things that we kind of learn along the way as much as we should, we kind of let it pass by and we forget that we've already mastered those things. We just didn't recognize it because we didn't stop to celebrate it. And what you're starting to do is celebrate all the wins, the big ones, the small ones, the in-between ones, the ones that are only a half a win, but going to be a win tomorrow. You're starting to understand that every little pat on your back means you trust yourself. It gets your inner child excited, and your highest best self is up there just saying, hey, I'm ready, I see you coming. You're getting cheered on from every direction. You are truly supported, and you're starting to understand and trust that. Welcome, Sandy. Focus inward now. Yeah, see exactly what I'm talking about. Perfect the skills you have, and trust me, you have many. Because if you've been doing this work, which it seems very clearly you have, uh, those are skills. You have many of them. You just have to start separating and understanding what they are. Just because you do them so masterfully doesn't mean they're not a skill, right? Oh, I just do that all the time. Well, people sometimes are going to look at you and be like, I couldn't do that if I wanted to, because you don't understand that those things are actual skills. They're beautiful and they're amazing. And the fact that you do them so easily doesn't make them any less impressive, right? So start being in awe of yourself. Start trusting and understanding uh, exactly what kind of master you are. Perfect the skills you have, uncover new talents, there's always new ones, and unleash your creativity. You're starting to trust that's part of your safety. That's part of opening your heart, and that's where it brings you joy, which just allows you to open your heart more. It's really like, I'm really proud of you. It's good space. Embrace your inner artist. Expressing yourself will enhance your self-esteem and solidify your purpose. Your unique abilities can have a positive impact on your community. You're starting to trust what you do, and you're not so much um, you're not worried about selling it, the selling your stuff. You're not worried about all of the things. You're worried about being able to find your passion and know that you don't have to be stuck into one, and it's going to evolve and it's going to get better. And if you just step out of your comfort zone, and Taurians are really kind of, their comfort is all about home and setting up their home and the stability. But what happens is they all, not they, we all tend to get confused and say, okay, well, stability doesn't is my home, right? Is the outward what's around me, which it is part of it. But what you got to understand is when there's transition and chaos and all those things, your home and your stability is here, and you're starting to understand the difference. And now you're starting to trust that those things that you'd like to do, the things that bring you joy, are leading you directly to your purpose. And it's a different way that you step out when it's like that. You're trusting that it's not about selling your talents. It's not about convincing people what you are and are not, because there comes a point in time where you just know exactly what you are, right? And it's okay to be proud of that. Joe tells Dawu, welcome. I think that says Quinn. Welcome. If I butcher your name respectfully, I apologize. But you're learning that your center is your home, not your four walls, and you're trusting it. You're opening your heart, and learning that in doing that, you get to release the negativity and you make room for the positive experiences, the clarity, and the trust in yourself. And you're empowering yourself and others by default. Not like you're trying to do it just yet. You're just learning how to. You're learning how to trust you and get ready for that big step out. And you're starting to become less fearful of like, does it got to be perfect? You're starting to trust it's okay to do it messy. It's okay. It's okay if it's not perfect the first time. It's okay if I can't read and I screw up the words one time because I can't say what I mean, or I get stuck in the which I'm the queen of, because a lot of times my brain can't even go as fast as I'm trying to get it out. And that's because I'm always rushing. Not always. I'm learning to slow down too. And you're starting to understand that when you trust yourself, it becomes easier. We're always learning, we're always growing. And when we can give ourselves that same compassion and understand, I am here right now, and that is enough. This is your home. This is your space. This is your peace. And no matter what happens moving forward, you're starting to trust your own self. You're trusting your own feelings, your own mind, uh, not letting negativity creep in. You're learning how to give compassion on a regular basis. And you're also saying, I can see all the kindness that has been given to me along the way. It doesn't matter who it was from. Uh, And I'm not looking to pay them back because they didn't give it to me to be paid back. They gave it to me to uh, pay it forward throughout the world. And there's no obligation in that. You give what you can, you share what you've learned. You're starting to understand what that means and how that keeps that flow going. It keeps that infinite giving, receiving, the reciprocity, the same the universe has been trying to give it to you your whole life. Hold on, we got spam calls again. Yeah. Whenever I go live, I get them. We just get used to it. Sorry, guys, that's twice in one live. Uh, and then we have these affirmations. You're starting to learn and understand the difference. That's all it is. God has a plan. Oh, wisdom. God has a plan for me. I live here now, knowing beauty is to come. I don't force things to happen faster than the universe has decided for me. I learn from my experiences, take small steps in faith, and succeed thanks to all my efforts. It is really a spam call. They're trying to make me call Amazon. iPhone 13. At least you can screen. At least I'm live when these happen. These scammers are getting desperate, I guess. But you're learning to understand the difference. Just like when that comes, we can laugh. We don't get upset. We just go whatever. And before, maybe it would have agitated you. These things that normally would be make you upset or feel dysregulated. Now you're just like, haha, whatever. And you laugh it off because that's a them problem, not a you problem. You're learning the difference and you don't hold on to things. You just let it go. It's not my problem to handle. God's got this, right? And you're learning to say, it's not my circus, not my monkey. So even when people are bringing struggles to you, you can say, yeah, that's not my deal. I wish you the best. We're not holding on, or what kindness I can give you. My kindness sometimes is just letting it happen the way it is, letting it be, and letting the universe take it over, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. That's divine timing. We have to understand these things, how they happen. And you're in the process. Hold this, let go of this, keep this with me, let it move forward. Sit with the pain for a moment. Don't get stuck in it, but you're learning the how to process. You're learning that your home is here, and you're trusting in the wisdom that you've learned along the way, right? Um, it takes a long time to get there, and many people may, depending on how you've grown up, maybe they learned that very young, but many didn't. And I know for a fact, people my age and older, many did not, right? So it doesn't matter when you're getting rid of the timeline and the I need this by this date and this by this date, and understanding that I can enjoy the ride, and I can trust in myself, and I can empower myself, and I can just be enough just by being here and breathing. And I can just be thankful for that. And I understand that I'm inherently worthy. It That perspective changes. It changes how you behave. It changes how you think about yourself, and it allows you to align with what's really meant for you, right? And then being true. I am true to myself and others. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. I have confidence in who I am, and I reveal the good in me. I do not need to hide or prove anything. I replace shame with the power of love and truth. You don't focus on any of the other stuff except being you, because you know your home is your authentic self. Wearing a mask makes you feel tired and drained, and it doesn't allow the people to actually find you that are meant to find you, right? It doesn't allow the people that want to see you win, that want to cheer you on, that have so much to offer you. It doesn't allow them the space to do that if you're constantly wearing the mask. And your understanding to be authentically you means, yeah, we're going to struggle. Yeah, we're going to fall sometimes. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect. And that's okay. That doesn't make you any less. It makes you exactly who you are. Everybody's going through that. Rossi and a stance, welcome. Freedom through faith. I love this one. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust his will and find freedom. You understand that if it's not in your control, it should be out of your heart and mind. And you're not holding the resentment or the worry or the fear anymore, because you know that you're here, and as long as you're here, there's a chance to make a different change. There's a chance to learn something new. There's a chance to do better and be better, and you're actively saying, okay, I'm ready to do that. Not FBI surveil. Well, that's good. Welcome. Goodness. I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest, and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. You're understanding that the goodness in you doesn't mean you have to pay somebody back for someone being kindness. It doesn't mean you owe somebody. It means you give from whatever you can give without holding on to it or creating that attachment. When you give with no strings, there's no connection there, right? You allow that freedom, which in turn doesn't allow people to drain back off you either. You give and then you shut it down, right? You're not waiting for that reciprocation, because you know you're not getting it from them. It's not coming from them. It's coming from the universe and random strangers. So if you're going to connect that string, why wouldn't you want to connect it with the universe that is going to constantly give you that same love and affection that you so rightfully deserve, right? But when you understand that when you give with that expectation, you create that string to you and somebody else, and that's how resentment and anger and all those negative things that hold you down happen. You're learning the difference, you're understanding, and you're learning what to hold on to. It's really a good thing to do. GED, welcome. Maggie, welcome. So you've just been doing a lot of processing, a lot of sorting, a lot of balance finding, and you're starting to understand how to get back there every single time. And that's actually really exciting, because when you do step out, you're going to step out boldly, right? Because Taurians kind of, their home, they want everything to be home. But when they get to that space, especially in your highest vibration, you don't step out until you step out with certainty. You step out in that integrity. You step out understanding, and you're at that space where my home is good. My home here is good. My ideas are fluid. They're coming through. I'm creating that safe space, that sacred space to create from, to figure out what my passions are, to love them, and to hone them just like you would a knife. Anything from your mom. I don't know. If you give me 1 second, I can see which one would I pull. Give me a second and I'll see if I can. I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great. These are the things you're affirming. Don't go away, Maggie. Give me a second and I want to see which one I should pull. My greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. My friendships support me, nourish me, and inspire me. Oh, here comes the puzzle. Hold on, guys. There we go. And then we have my productivity stems from inspiration. When I focus on what brings me joy, my tasks become effortless actions. Welcome, Dylan and Arwa and Ren and G. I cherish every cell in my body. When you do that, you take care of yourself better. You sit more peacefully. You create space for yourself. Which one do we want to do? Okay, I don't know if I can scroll up. I will do this one, I think. Yeah. Are you still here? You were asking about your mom? I didn't see you. Maggie, are you still here? Welcome, Winnie and Natasha and Kate. My Taurus is, you're learning how to open your heart and not hold on to the grief, not hold on to the sorrow. You're learning how to find, yes, that pain may have cracked you open, but it allowed you to release some of the struggle and the fear and the trauma, and it allowed you to let more other stuff in. Welcome, Allie. More excitement, more joy, more passions, and that's a really good space to be. 333 was your angel number, and that means you're empowered. You're trusting. You're protected. You know you're protected. You know you're supported. You know you have all of the things that you already need, and you're starting to trust it. Yeah, which is a whole different. That's the balance, the harmony. It's not one way or the other anymore. It's not this extreme or this extreme. You're finding that balance and that harmony, and you're understanding that to go with the flow, you're not always going to stay in balance. There are going to be things that pull you out of balance, but you know how to always come back there, which means you've created the stable home, your stable foundation, no matter where you are. Anna Banana, welcome. Coco, welcome. Okay, I guess Maggie left. So I tried to wait for you, Maggie, but I can't stay on much longer. This was just for Tauruses. I will come back on Friday and have the last accountability. Yeah, Friday. The last one is that will be episode 6 in the accountability series, and then the next week we start the alchemy emotion one, which will be really good. Welcome, Lorette and Riri. We're doing really well, and I will start not next. Yeah, not next week. I'm going to take a week off, and then the last week we'll start the new monthly ones for March. But my Tauruses, you're understanding the difference between a home and your home, right? You're starting to understand to keep this home safe and stable and calm, you got to let go of all the other excess stuff. And that's a good space to be, because I can guarantee you it took a long time and a lot of work to get there. So you need to be extremely proud of yourself. Never give up on yourself, and understand that if you're here and you're breathing, inherently you're worthy. You are enough just as you are. And when you're learning and understanding new things, you're just adding, you're adding decoration and ornaments and all the other things um, that just make you a better you every day. But you are enough no matter what. We're always learning and growing, and we understand it like that. We create a space that we don't question ourselves anymore. We let our heart crack open because we know, even in the grief and the sorrow and the trauma and all of the things, uh, when it cracks open, it allows us a space to release and then make room for the good things that are coming. And it shows you your resilience and your strength and your ability to never give up, to keep pushing through. And it's also showing you the necessity of creating that sacred space for yourself. It really is, it's an exciting space. It's a calming space. You're finding that peace within, and you're starting to trust it. And that really is a good space. I'm really proud of you guys, and I can't wait to see what comes for March. Uh, Never rush through it. Learn to enjoy that space, that peace. You earned it. Don't worry so much about rushing forward, having to step out. It's okay. Rest is productive too. Resting allows you to process and sort. When sometimes your mind doesn't have the energy to do it, you're understanding that to process, sometimes we need to sit still. Vars, you just missed it. I'm about to leave. But thank you for showing up. Better late than never. All right, guys, I gotta go. I love you. I hope you have a great day. Tauruses, you're doing amazing. Be proud of yourself, for real. You're settling. You're understanding the difference between your home and your home. And when you do step out, it's going to be pretty amazing. And I'm excited for you. Have a good day, guys. I love you. All right. That is good. Now I can, as much as I love TikTok, I completed a challenge. I don't know what that was. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to focus on YouTube. I do like TikTok for the lives and do some fun stuff there, but um, YouTube allows me the space to do the things that I can actually share with people and that they can come back to and actually use, because even if something doesn't align in the moment, it's going to align right when you need it. And I know that. And my job is to obey. And it's not to give up on TikTok or let the haters win, it's to prioritize um, where it can be best used. And that's what we're doing here. And I'm prioritizing some me time too as I build, because I've been focusing a lot on content, and I still have to focus on people going to my website and buying my tea and getting my business going really well, right? Stability is the goal. And I'm learning that too. So I'm learning to find the balance, just like my Tauruses are, and that's okay, because the balance is always going to change a little bit, right? There's always going to be things that come up, or ways that we have to maneuver around things, and that seems to be part of this reading. You're learning to understand that it's okay. It's okay to pause. You don't have to give up. You can start right from where you paused it. You don't have to go back to the beginning. You're not self-sabotaging. You're trusting, and you're understanding that whenever you step forward, you're stepping forward with more knowledge, wisdom, and compassion. You give from your heart without strings attached. You give what you have, um, what you can do, and you give wholeheartedly. And you know that it's coming back in whatever way the universe is going to send it. You know it's coming. So there's no strings attached. And that creates more space and less pull on you, which gives you a lot more freedom. Good for you. Really good for you. I love you guys, and I'll see you on Friday for the accountability episode 6, last one. I'm super excited. I'm already getting ready to move on to the next one because I get too far ahead of myself. But I'm really excited because the next one is alchemy emotion. It's kind of how we can integrate it and do it while we move, uh, so everybody can, and that's pretty exciting. I love you guys. Thanks for showing up, and I hope you have a great day.